Start. Okay.
Okay, what do you want to know about the Stein here?
Yes. So we want the
Okay,
story of the Stein.
when I was about 21 or 22, I was in the army over in Germany in Bavaria. Bavaria is the southern part of Germany, beautiful area. We went on a night uh, movement for practicing using our guns, and we were in a convoy with only our cat eyes in the lights a little, so they couldn't. You could see the truck from a few feet away, but there were no lights. We were coming blind, but we could see a little bit of the road, and also the tail lights. Well, I was a new guy over there, and I was driving our truck, and about three other guys with me. And we got to the fork of this road. First of all, we lost the truck in front of us. We couldn't see it anymore, the little red lights. And we couldn't see the one behind us, which should have white lights. So we were getting too spread apart. And I come to a fork in the road, and no road guard. There's supposed to be a road guard there saying we went this way. These roads are like trails in a pasture. They're not roads. So I chose the right lane, and we drove off that, and geez, I even picked up speed a little bit to catch the next truck. I never found him. And we were really confused, but everybody in the truck was brand new recruits over there. So we drove and we drove. I think we drove for 45 minutes or more, and we were really concerned. We're in trouble. But we were ready to turn around, but it was kind of hard to turn around in that narrow road. But we saw a light up ahead. So we drove up there, and it's a little village, real tiny little village. We stopped the truck in front of a guest house, which is a bar, and started talking to what should we do. And I said, we better turn around because we weren't supposed to run into a town. Well, then a guy came out of the gas house and looked, and he turned around and ran in, and several guys came out. They saw the star on the side of the truck, and they said, I'm from Amerikansk, yeah, gehen Sie, this Ruskies here. And I thought, oh God, politically we were having a few GIs caught by the Russians, and there was a lot of hullabaloo before they let them go, and we didn't want to get in that. So they wrote a map on the hood of our truck in the dew, and we turned around. No, I just got in the truck, and they all went into the gas house, but the last guy threw this Stein way up into the manure, and it bounced and rolled a little bit. And I got out of the truck again, we had big boots on, stepped in that manure once and reached in, and I stepped a little higher and reached in again and got it, and I put it in the back of the truck. And we turned around, and after about a half hour going back, the sun was just coming out. I mean, we're just barely seeing a glow in the sky, and there's an airplane up there, a little, it's our airplane that we spot the guns, so it's part of the situation. And he's saying, Homestead 1-4, where are you? I was Homestead 1-4, that's my calling. Well, we were told before, no, you can't radio silence under any conditions. Don't broadcast. And it said it again. Homestead 1-4. This is Captain Goalie, and that's a sin. You don't tell who he's. But they really wanted me bad, and I didn't answer. And after another 10 minutes or so, the airplane's flying around. We could see it pretty good, but they couldn't see down there. He says, just flash your lights real fast and off again. So I did that. I see you now. Yeah, keep on that road. Keep going. Didn't ask any questions. But when we got back to where we missed the curb, there was military police and some big wheel officers, and the military police, you know, they stuck their hand up and we stopped and are you 1-4? Homestead 1-4? And I said, yeah. Of course, they knew that. And come with me, and they took the other soldiers somewhere else, and we got deprogrammed. And I said we got to a little village. No, there's no village on the map. And they're looking at their maps. You didn't go there. I did too. I went into a little village, and a pile of shit, I said, right in the middle of the town. It's animal stuff, you know. I didn't tell them about the Stein. And they were getting a little mad, and then one of these guys had a bigger map. Look at this, he says, go over into Yugoslavia, or Czechoslovakia. There's a little town 5 or 6 miles over the border. I said that I was in a little town, but there was no fence or, I mean, out in the prairies, you could drive over to another country, and if they saw you, they'd get you, but we were lucky. We didn't get caught. So we got back and we went through deprogramming, and then I got back in my truck and with the boys, and we waited for the convoy to come back and got in it in the right place and drove back to base. That took all day, you know. And I just took this thing out and put it in my foot locker under some underwear and socks, and it stayed there until I got out of the Army. And I put it in my duffel bag, and I don't think, you know, I don't know what they'd say if I took it, but I didn't. I wanted to keep it. And I came home with it, and then after we had it in Medicine Lake in our little cottage, I had another picture of this, and I drew it on the Stein. I drew this. This wasn't on there, the Swedish Hall, because it was just a mark in here from the clay.
Yeah.
And then I put it away again, or I shellacked the drawing and put it up, and you know, and here it is today.
Yeah.
All the way from Czechoslovakia in a pile of poop. I said, watch that.